Over the past 7 years, the way software is bought and sold has changed a lot. Founders or the business has to be very well aware of where their product fits, and according to that, they have to move forward with marketing. Not all software products are the same.
Hello, welcome to the first episode of Unsold show. Today we are talking about marketing B2B software. Before getting started, hello Santhu.
Hello. Hi, Gowtham.
Can you give us the background on why we are doing this, Santhu?
We've been working with B2B SaaS companies over the past 8 years, ever since we began this business back in 2016. Over that period, we worked with tremendous variety of businesses, a variety of business leaders with different mindsets, objectives and goals of driving their business and sales and revenue. And also over the past 7 years, the way software is bought and sold has changed a lot. So I thought we would give this platform an opportunity for us to talk about what we have learned over the past 7 to 8 years, and also to open this as a forum for people to contribute and share ideas through their opinions and strategies and what has worked and what hasn't. So this was the idea of creating a platform to share our thoughts and welcome opinions as well.
Our goal is simple. Every week we'll take one topic, we'll go in depth. Simple.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay, my first question.
Yeah.
I don't want the generic answer. What is marketing according to you?
See, at the fundamental level, marketing is about promoting one's business and product and telling the market that you exist, your business exists and your product exists. While that forms most of what marketing is, but marketing is also about understanding our buyer, understanding the buyer. So as I said in the previous segment, the way software is bought, especially at a B2B level, especially at an enterprise level, has changed. So a lot of decision makers, a lot of users, costing, investment, and also the economic climate also matters. So if you take the current scenario, chances are that companies won't hesitate investing in software products or solutions that drive more business. But when it comes to managing operations or driving efficiency, they may not be. Maybe they might push forward such investments by a year. So promote your business, but also understand your buyer. Some of the activities for that. And also, as and when you understand more about your buyer, their mindset, when they invest, when they don't, and what DIY solutions they are trying, and have they failed, have they worked, have they tried to build something in-house, etc., etc. The more we learn, all the information has to feed back into your marketing exercises. So that way, whatever message we craft in marketing speaks to the audience, speaks to that particular buyer. Now, the trouble is, while this is a very generic way of explaining what marketing is,
Okay.
not all software products are the same.
Why are they different?
Now, when it comes to selling software to a business, we can split an enterprise business into two categories. One is their core business and the other is a non-core business. Now, let me take an example. Netflix, their core business is to stream content without any hiccups. Sign up subscribers and deliver beautiful content without any hiccups, no matter what internet speed, how good internet speed is, or on which device the content is being consumed on. Now, any new software which can help better this experience solves a core business problem. This is core.
Okay.
Now, since Netflix is a very big company, they have an accounting department, they have an HR department, they have a sales department, they have a lot of other business functions. Now, if your software caters to these functions, then becomes a non-core product. Now, what I mean to say is, if the core business can be improved, if customer engagement can be improved, if subscriber retention can be improved, churn can be reduced, watching experience can be improved, therefore it can drive more subscriptions, or better retention, then enterprise companies may not hesitate in looking to invest in such solutions because it directly impacts the bottom line, impacts their sales, impacts their revenue. But when it comes to operation or non-core stuff, which indirectly sort of impacts the core business, then there may not be any urgency in investing in such a solution. The first thing might be for them to try out solutions in-house.
Okay.
If that doesn't work,
Mm-hmm.
and if something has gone so wrong in terms of compliance or regulation, then there might be some urgency in looking to solve this problem. Otherwise, a non-core product takes a long time to educate the prospect and to sell. So if I split software products, core and non-core,
Mm-hmm.
what happens in core products is it impacts bottom line, as I said. So you can drive urgency. The message can be, look, if you do this, you impact your bottom line in a span of 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, whenever the product delivers. Okay, you can immediately see the impact of our solution. If it is not, then if it is a non-core product, you have to educate the audience a lot. You have to get to the top of their mind. Get to the top of their mind. What does it mean? It's more about driving awareness about your business and your product.
Okay.
Now, selling a core supporting software requires a different mindset. Selling or marketing a non-core software requires a different mindset. We have the founders or the business has to be very well aware of where their product fits, and according to that, they have to move forward with marketing.
Okay. What is that mindset change?
In marketing, the first thing we have to address is to be honest about ourselves. We know what we know. We don't know what we don't know.
Okay.
Now, with expertise and experience of the founders or whoever developed the product, they have met with enough people in the industry to frame an understanding about what the problem is, and hence that is exactly why they created this product to solve a particular problem or a particular set of problems.
Okay.
Now that is true. Now, if you began your company, if you kickstarted your company a year ago, you have to ask yourself, does that truth hold true till now? Even now? Does it make sense till now? Is it the truth even now? Because the priorities for your prospect companies might have changed, or the way the buying process is within the company might have changed. So marketing, one of the functions I was talking about earlier, is to always try and understand the buyer mindset or any changes about the buying process. Right? That is one. The moment we understand what we don't know, some resources have to be put into marketing to understand that, fill that void, that gap, to understand the buyer. Why? Because we have to understand if there is a product market fit. Fine, your product solves a particular problem, but does it solve this particular problem with this particular buyer? Now, how do you come to know that? Only once you talk to people within the company, right? You ask relevant questions and they tell you if that is a real pressing problem to solve. Now, even when we find a product market fit, we have to understand, do they want to solve now?
Okay.
They might say, you know what, next financial year, we'll set aside a budget. For this year, I don't think so it is on our agenda at all. But if you reach out to them now, you might as well build a relationship with them and shake hands with them, talk to them, send them emails, or however you connect with them, with the sole purpose of getting to the top of their mind. You just tell them who you are, you shake hands, and you start building a relationship. But you don't sell. But even for that, you have to know if they are willing to solve the problem now. If yes, then you can push forward with your pitch. If not, make sure that they know you. Whenever they decide in the next financial year to invest or to solve this problem, you will be at the top of their mind. That is one. Now, most enterprise companies, you see, for us switching from, let's say, Canva to Photoshop,
Okay.
Okay, it's not such a big leap. For us, it is one tool to another tool. But when you talk about an enterprise company, if they have to bring in a new software or a new software suite to solve a particular problem, it means they have to change the way they work.
Okay.
Their workflow with changes, and the new software or the suite has to be integrated with all their upstream and downstream apps. So a whole lot of things have to change, which also means the users have to slightly change the way they work. So an investment on a software product is not so easy. So many things have to be considered. Right? So what they do, if there is a genuine problem, software companies try and solve it in-house, either by adding more people to solve the problem, or they try and build something in-house. But only when it becomes out of scope or out of budget, they might look for solutions which already exist in the market. So chances are, when your content reaches them, or when they engage with your content, they may have tried to solve this problem one way or the other. Part of what you should be doing with marketing while trying to understand your buyer is also to understand, have they tried to solve this before? And why? Has it worked? Has it not? Why? What did they evaluate? So all that information will try and help you understand how they tried to solve, and maybe figure out why your product is much better than. Your pitch can become much simpler the way you take your product to them. The different mindset, this term of having a different mindset matters because all these things have to align together for a buyer to be ready to invest on your product right now. Do they have a problem? Check. Can your product solve their problem? Check. Do they want to solve this problem now? Check. Only once these parameters align, then there is intent to buy. That's when the actual pre-sales or sales or consultative selling can start. If we blindly pitch our product saying these are the 3 problems we solve, and we always carry that message forward, we'll miss them. They want to hear something else, we are saying something else.
Okay. So these both people are not on the same page. That is the problem.
Will never be until unless we try to understand where they are. Essentially, this is the mindset I'm talking about. So going back to the very first question, what is marketing? One part is obviously to tell the whole world, especially your audience, your prospective world, that you exist. And here, these are the founders. I'm a leader, and we are a bunch of team. We are a bunch of people who form a team with enough expertise and experience and enough backing to solve a major problem which you may face day in, day out. Okay? Visibility. And only that won't help. The second part will be to, can you tell us about yourself?
Correct.
A few activities to that. See, what kind of activities can you do? Just write to people, just ring them up, connect with them on LinkedIn, just ask them without any intention of selling, just to build a relationship. Try and probe. This is the discovery part of the pre-sales activity. The more you understand, then you start forming strategies. And as we move along, this is a dynamic living and breathing thing. So as we move along, as we understand more, as we drive more awareness, see what you create some content to drive awareness about your brand. Now, a few people engage with it.
Okay.
Then what? Now comes your product. Then what? Now either you invite them to talk or let's say a quick phone call chat, or any exchange of email, or a LinkedIn DM, or if somebody is good in front of camera and they don't hesitate to voice their opinion, invite them on a webinar, invite them on your podcast, just as a casual conversation. There, the moment you start asking questions, you get to understand their challenges, their motivations as an individual leader. Because when buying a software is not only about solving a problem within the company, if that thing goes wrong, it's that person's reputation at stake. So, when a business leader, a CFO or a CTO or a CEO or a CEO, when they decide to say, okay, this is the right solution, we have to we have to understand that their reputation is at stake. So they'll make sure to understand every aspect of your product, of your solution, of the people behind your customer support, your engineering capacity, your product capacity, how has your product evolved, etc. All of these things, your backers, your mentors, all of these things come to play. Promote yourself, understand your buyer, and run as many activities as possible. You test them, you analyze them. Things don't work, stop them. Try and understand why they didn't work and double down on what works. This is essentially what B2B marketing is about.
Say, for example, 15 to 20 years, they will be in a manual process. So now the automation is going on right now. Most of the companies are switching. But some people don't want to switch because manual is working for them. But how can you target them? Because most of the people still thinks manual reporting is great. Because automation is also good, but it is going on. It is still on the working process. So how can you market these type of people? Is it the same way you market the others, or it will be very different for them?
The way we market probably won't change, but see, we have to understand that marketing cannot convince somebody to buy.
Exactly.
Right? That willingness to evolve or innovate in terms of technology within the company, that has to come from within to the buyer or to the company philosophy. Marketing, no amount of marketing can change their mindset about, from manual we have to move to automation. You know why? Because you have to innovate. We cannot convince anybody. Right? So the way we market is still the same. We can talk about how your industry itself, I'm talking to, let's say, a particular buyer. We can drive a little bit of FOMO saying, look, your industry, the leaders in your industry, 46 to 50% of the leaders in your industry think innovating in technology is their main priority for 2024. That can drive a little bit of FOMO. But no amount of marketing can convince them. That has to come
Will the
from
FOMO
within.
work here in the
It
enterprise businesses?
It can, because it's see, at the end of the day, the benefits are there.
Okay.
But you can drive a little bit of FOMO in this example, exactly. So what happens if I'm a CTO of a company?
Okay.
I may not be in touch with my competitors, but I would love to be aware of what they are doing, what my competing company is doing. So that can drive a little bit of FOMO, but that will never convince anybody. Look, your competitor is doing it. Why shouldn't you do it? There are cases where if a product which comes to you as an email or a LinkedIn ad and claims that your direct competition is using, there might be a case where, I don't want to go anywhere close to this because of many reasons, privacy, data privacy and stuff like that, and strategies and stuff like that. But you can drive a little bit of FOMO. And when this is a good question, this manual versus automation is mostly an innovative mindset the buyer should have. Nobody can convince them of that.
But someday they should have to switch to automation,
Yeah,
right?
but the thing is, when we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We don't know. It's a
Ideally,
process.
Okay, to give you an example, if we go to a fun fair, let's say like Wonderla, and people have this phobia about participating or sitting in those those giant wheels.
Yeah, giant wheels. Yeah,
Toras.
yeah.
All that. And what do you call that? This thing which goes like
That
ride.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
that ride is called. It skips my
mine
thoughts
also.
right
Yeah.
now. Roller coaster.
Roller coaster, correct?
coaster.
Yeah.
Now you might, if you want to bring more people to sit and enjoy the roller coaster, you might as well talk to people who get excited about roller coaster. You don't want to convince somebody who is afraid and then make them sit there. So similarly, the objective of the marketing is to identify leaders who are innovators, who put emphasis on innovation and who don't mind listening or exploring innovative products. Because there are some leaders who think a year, 3 years, half a decade ahead. But depending on the stage of the company, many leaders might be firefighting for now, for the next year. They may not look beyond that. The maturity of the product and the maturity of the industry matters there. So we cannot blame leaders for not thinking beyond 2 years, because we never know. It might be just a 5-year-old product or just a 7-year-old product which is still struggling or still striving to find a product market fit. Only once certain things have settled down, then the leader can say, okay, now what's happening right now is under control. I have the right people, I have the right processes, I have the right technology. But as an innovative leader, I have to stay a step ahead. For that reason, I don't mind exploring or knowing, just out of curiosity, what's there in the market which can impact my business 2 or 3 years down the line.
Okay, Santhu, we've come to the end of this episode.
All right, it was nice, and like Gautam said at the beginning of the show, so we aim to talk about one such challenge per week, and obviously this is open for all you influencers, leaders, founders, about your opinion. So please do comment and share your opinion with us, so that we can build this conversation.
I will put it this way. It's a community driven. You guys can join us.
Yeah, of
can
course.
Talk about this.
Yeah.
Can jam sessions.
Yeah. See, I have come across founders who have so much more knowledge, much deeper knowledge than I have over the past 7 years. 7 years is a very small time. So there are founders who have managed a few startups and have moved to newer things, who have such a good understanding of what marketing is in terms of selling their product. There is so much we can learn. And there are also investors who know a lot. There are always influencers who know a lot. There are founders who have turned into angel investors. They know a lot. So there is always more information, more validated information, validated strategies out there. So always welcome. Please comment and share your thoughts, and we'll be better. All of us will be better together.
Yes. On that note, stay tuned, guys. We'll be uploading each episode. Every week we'll be uploading one episode. So you can find us on Insta, LinkedIn, YouTube.
YouTube. That's it.
3 platforms, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Santhu.
Thank you, Gautam.